Hello everyone. So in this video, let us continue learning behaviors and we will do something slightly different as compared to our previous video. So today we will have this behavior in our Jira instance using a ScriptRunner where all we want to do is we want to basically pre-fill some of the fields and make it read only. So basically the requirement is that if certain users are logging into your Jira instance, maybe based on their role, based on their group, we may want to simply make some of the fields as read-only, and then we may want to pre-fill that particular field with some value. For example, there is a user picker field here, or maybe there is a summary field, right? So it could be any field, and all we want to do is we want to pre-fill it. For example, if the summary, if I'm let us say a user of a specific group, maybe I want to have summary which is A, B, C, D, and colon, and then I want to say pre-filled summary, something like that. I mean, just trying to give you an idea. So what we will do is we will again go back to our behavior and we will create a new behavior. So before I create a new behavior, I'll just copy the previous script so that we don't have to type each and everything from scratch, or maybe I'll just keep it open so that I'll refer to it. So let us create a new behavior, and I'll show you how to do this. It's a very simple thing, by the way, but it will hopefully give you an idea. So you may want to create a new behavior and give your behavior a nice name like pre-fill fields based on user group, right? And you want to add a mapping. Let us say you want to add this mapping for demo project, and you only want to do it for maybe story, right? Because why not? So let us add a mapping and create this behavior. Now, because we want to have this behavior for basically each and every operation in Jira in our process, we may want to add an initializer, because initializer will work when the form is initially loaded, right? So maybe you want that whenever a user of a specific group is trying to work on the issue, this particular behavior, this particular restriction where the field is read-only and non-editable will be there for them always, right? So we may not also add that condition where I think in our previous description we added this condition where we were only doing it for a create issue operation, right? So in this case we want to do it for all the operations. So what we'll do is we'll do it using initializer. So we'll click on the create script, and here we will start writing the behavior. So I'll just copy few things so that we can get started. And what I want to do is I want to now first let us first do it for the summary field, right? So what we can do is we can define a variable like define summary field, and then we can say get field by name, and we can type in here summary, right? So it's a very simple thing. Now what we want to do now is we want to say summary field dot set form value, and we want to set it to default summary for the story. So we are just doing it for just one field right now. So let us save this, and if you now go back to your issue and if you now try to create a new story, you can see here that there is a summary. Now we also want to make it read only maybe. So let us do set read only to true. So once you do that, this will make the field read only, which is great, which is what we want. And this is of course right now happening for all the users. Now you may want to add here one more check that I only want to do it for a specific group. So what I will do is I will add a group in my Jira instance, and I will make sure that if the currently logged in user is part of that group, we want to now then add so this is my group name, group hyphen name, or maybe special group, right? Special group. This would be my group name. And what I will do is I will now go back to my script, and then I will I also need to add myself to that particular group. So I'll go to my user, which is admin. I'll click on edit user group. I will add myself to the special group and join the group. Okay, so this is done. And what we want to do now is we want to now add a condition which is based on the group. So first of all, we have to fetch the current logged in user, and we can do that by simply using component accessor. So you can do component accessor, component accessor, and we can do something like Jira authentication context. Basically, using this, you can fetch the logged in user, the currently logged in user. So basically, this current user is the one who is trying to work on the the issue, or basically trying to create the issue or edit the issue. The next thing that we may want to do is we may want to fetch the user group and check if that particular user is part of that particular group. So we want to again use component accessor. So we can do component accessor and component accessor, and then we can do something like group manager, and then we can do is user in group. Now we can pass here the current user, which is the application user, the currently logged in user, and then we have to pass in the group name, which is special group. So what we are doing here is we are just checking the group, and this will of course return either true or false. We can do boolean flag equal to, and we can then check here if flag is true, then make this field as a required field. No, not as a required field, basically as a read-only field, but only for this user, only for this particular group. Now if I save this and if I go back to my Jira instance, it is still the expected behavior, which is what we want. The other thing that I may want to do is I just want to maybe remove myself from this special group, and if I now try to create the story, now that behavior is no longer valid. So it's a very simple thing that you can do, but what I'm trying to show here is that using these simple behaviors, you can enhance your process where based on their role, based on their groups they're part of, or maybe some other condition, you want to basically make some fields hard-coded, read-only. And this is important because first of all, people, not always, but sometimes, or not, I should say in most cases, or I should say you should actually rely on Jira data, and you should actually treat your Jira data seriously. And sometimes you need to ensure that your data is captured properly, or your data is captured the way you want to capture as part of your process. And this particular thing that I'm talking about right now is a very common thing that people may want to do. And that is why, to be honest, when we work with Jira Cloud, it is of course a bit painful because we don't have these I know there are behaviors which ScriptRunner introduced, and there are ways, but if you come from data center background with ScriptRunner installed, you would feel bad when you're working on Jira Cloud. Again, I'm not really saying that Jira Cloud is bad. I'm just saying that the level of customizations, different use cases that you can achieve using Jira Data Center and ScriptRunner on Jira Data Center, of course. There is no limit. You can do a lot of wonderful things. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you found this video useful and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.